Queen e3. I mean, I want to win in style, but I also, I mean, I have to be careful because like this is a serious event, and if I do something wrong, I will not be very happy. Gotta be a mate in there though. Let me think. Rook c3, king a7, knight c6, king b6, rook b3 check, king c5, rook a5, king c4, rook b4, king d3, rook a3 checkmate. I think that's a checkmate. Okay, so if I go rook c3, king a7, knight c6, king b6, rook b3, king c5, rook a5, king c4, rook b4, king d3, rook a3, and a checkmate on c3. Yes. King a7, knight c6, king b7, check, check. Yeah. So check. He has no block. There's no block on the diagonal here. Yeah, this knight c6, king b6, rook b3, king c5, rook a5, king c4. Yep. I go check, check, king c4, rook b. Yeah, this should just be checkmate. Oh, but Lichess you can. Oh, I can't do the fancy 7 moves. On Lichess you can only do it move by move. Right, and now I think it's rook b4 and rook a3. Yeah. And he has to block, and that's checkmate in 1. Yep, there we go. We got the win. 3 out of 3, you guys. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, I am going to be playing in the Lichess 960 qualifier for the World Championship event, which will be held in Reykjavik, Iceland next month. Now, I am not streaming this, so the whole thing is going to be a little bit different. I have, however, put 2 cams up. So as you see, I'm trying to point, yeah, right up there. You can see I did put a second cam on as well, just for the 2 cam purpose. Now you don't have to do that obviously for this qualifier, but we are doing this. Now the event that we're playing in is going to be 9 rounds of 10+2, so 10 minutes 2-second increment. It's going to be chess 960, which means there are 959 original setup positions. If you do get the 960th one, we play regular chess, but I somehow think the odds of 1 out of 960 are very low. Again, it's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, I'll probably be talking a lot less, but it is what it is. So we are going to be playing in this event, which will be starting in about 3 minutes from now. I will adjust this board window once we get going, because I think the board will be a little bit different, but for right now we'll leave it as is. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. This will be a video that is only appearing on YouTube. It will not be on Twitch. So 3 minutes around. 3 minutes away, I should say. Of course, it is a little bit odd too, because again, certainly I feed off the emotion of the chat. You read your chat, you go from there. So it's going to be a bit different, but it is what it is, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. So we will be starting in about 2.5 minutes. 1 minute breaks, I believe, between each round. Top 15, I believe, make it through to the next knockout phase, which will be on September 18th. So fingers crossed we make it. Very strong field. There are approximately 89 players playing so far. I think the total number that there can be is 100. So here we go, game 1. So let me adjust my board. Actually, let me make a move first. Let's look at the position. Oh, I get to play Gata. Okay, so let's play c4. Let me adjust my board now so you guys can see it more clearly. Here we go. I need the time showing too, so let me make this a little bit bigger. And okay, here we go. This a touch smaller, make this a touch smaller, and this should be good, I guess. I mean, I can kind of crop it a little bit, but it'll have to do. I mean, I know it's not perfect for all of you guys who are watching, but that's what it is. Okay, so let's focus on the game. Okay, so c4, knight g6. I guess I'll play knight g3 here. Again, I'm worried about c6 and some hit on h2, so that's what I'm a little bit worried about. Play c5, I expect that. I can play b3 here. I can also play d4. Problem is, this is very symmetrical, which I actually don't like. Maybe I play knight b3 and knight b3, b6, d4. I think I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna hit the pawn and go d4 and knight d4. That's my idea, at least, and we'll see what he does here. Knight b3 is a little bit aggressive too, though, because I blocked the bishop in, so I'm trying to take a big center here. Takes in b3. If he plays d6, I think I go d5, e4, and just take a huge white center. So it's very, very choppy. I'll pre-move knight d4 because I think it's got to be the correct pre-move. Now again, I can also just castle. I just realized I can also castle next move too. So castles is also a move. But let's see. So I'm gonna play knight takes d4. If he takes, make sure everything looks good, right? Board. I mean, I know the board is a little bit small for you guys. I wish I could do something different about it, but I mean, I guess in between games maybe I can change to a different scene, because the board, yeah, it's probably not ideal for everybody who's going to be watching this video, so maybe I'll change it. But at any rate, we got to focus on the game. Obviously it's 10+2, so after the game I'll probably change it. Although yeah, I could do it in between games, but that's just it's probably stupid. Should focus since we have such a strong player in the first round. Although this I think is invitational, so it's going to be strong no matter what, to be fair. So the real question is, can he play d5 or not? So if I get e4, I get a Michalevski bind control, grip on the center. Let's see what he does. So he plays e6, which is interesting. So the question is, I can still play b3 here. I can also just play e4 and castles. So I play b3, d5 takes. I think b3 castles, e4. b3 seems correct though, just to create the chain, open the diags. Maybe I can adjust it on the fly, but that would be too stupid, I think, for me to try and do that right now. So okay, so now the question is, do I castle or do I play e4? It's a big moment. If I go e4 d5, I don't like it, so I'm just going to castle. There's also ideas like knight h5, somewhere knight f3 too. I mean, I have to be a little bit careful with queen h4. So he plays f5, which is a reasonable move. I should have played e4 first, I think. I should have played e4 first, although I can go e4 and knight h5 maybe. Maybe I just play knight f3 actually. Actually, knight f3 looks quite good, because now I have knight h5 to hit the pawn. There's a lot of pressure on the diagonals too. Like if I get knight h5 and I hit this, I should be doing fine. I can also play e4 f4 knight h5, which makes sense too. Let's see what he does here. I guess I'll pre-move ef3 in case he takes. I don't think he will, but he could. Also, I realize now with the knight on f3, I can also go queen d4. So he plays rook f7. So the question is, do I play e4 or not? And my assumption is that I should. e4, bishop g3, hg3, takes. Yeah, let's just go for it. He takes, I take in the knight g5. And this doesn't look great for black somehow. Yeah, if f4 I have knight h5. I also have just knight e2 and reroute the knights. I think Gata made him. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if f5 was wrong, but I think rook f7 was a mistake. But now I go knight e2, and I don't know. Somehow this looks very scary to me for blacks. I have e5. I have knight d4. Bishop on b8, not so great. I can always play e5 to excavate as well. Although maybe knight h5 was better. Although e5, the knight kind of fills offside, so I think knight e2 probably is correct. I mean, we're at a very, very critical juncture in the game as well. Very critical moment. Got us thinking for a bit here. He plays knight e7, reasonable move. Oh, do I have knight? No, knight g5, rook d8. No, almost right. But I think knight d4 has to be correct here. Take more space in the center. e5 now a big threat to open the diagonal. I think I'm just better here. He plays knight c6, so if I take, I assume he has to take with the bishop, and then I play, I mean, I assume e5 has to be correct. If e5 is not correct, I don't know what I'm even playing for, honestly. I got to open up these diags. I mean, knight h4, I have bishop e4. If takes, I just take. This doesn't look great for black. I mean, I should be better here, I think. I feel like I'm moving a touch too fast, though. What he's gonna do? I'll pre-move this. It's a safe pre-move. Yeah, I mean, this actually is a very safe pre-move, so it makes a lot of sense to play queen f3. I can't really be worse. That's the good thing. So like I'm not really in danger of losing here, I don't think, because if I look at this logically, this bishop on b8 is very passive. Bishop on a1 is much stronger, so should be better for me. This is 10+2 though, so there is 2-second increments, so flag is really not in play. Okay, got us thinking here. Let's see what he's gonna do. Gonna like play something like bishop f3, knight h4, maybe d6, maybe d6 is the move, but it's very committal as well. It creates a huge weakness on e6 if he pushes, because that creates weaknesses. But yeah, I assume he's gonna play bishop f3, d6, or knight h4. Those seem like the only three moves that really make much sense to me. But maybe there's something else that I'm missing too. Maybe like bishop c7, I guess, is also possibly. I mean, like maybe he wants to go here to go queen a8, but that seems kind of dank. So I'll keep the pre-move enable with queen takes f3. I think for the next round, I'll make a different scene so you guys can see it. I was just trying to use my existing overlay
And so I'm sorry about that, but for the next game or the next couple of next games I should say, because it's 9 rounds, I will change it. So sorry about that, you guys. Apologies. I think he realizes he's in some trouble here, and so I think Gata's probably trying to see like how do I try to bail this out here. Kind of, he's trying to find a bailout where he can maybe stabilize and draw, but it feels unpleasant. He's down a lot of time on the clock too. He is really thinking for a long time right now. I think this shows that God is uncomfortable, and he's trying to find some way to bail out. So he plays d5 instead of d6, which is also a very interesting move. So now I have en passant, but I mean, it's a question of whether I want to play it, or do I want to play knight d4. Let's think about it. So bishop g6 is a move. This is where I should use my time. So this is where if I get the advantage, I will win the game. So ed6, bishop d6, I guess the idea. Bishop e4 looks tremendous. Okay, cd5 can't be right. Knight d4, bishop b7. Yeah, that's not right. So knight d4 and cd5 and ed6. So I don't like knight d4, I don't like cd5. ed6 is the move, or bishop. No, I see nothing else. I'm just gonna take takes. I assume I should play bishop e4 to play against the weak pawn. Bishop g6 is also potentially attractive, but this looks correct. Just trade the bishops off here. Trade the bishops off. Great diagonal activity. Weak pawns on e6 and f4. I mean, this should just be great for me. Maybe it's not like cleanly winning or anything, but it's got to be a big edge. Well, maybe I had knight d4. Maybe knight d4 was just actually great, because bishop a8. I actually think that bishop e4. I think knight d4 is probably winning, but I'm still better. I'm up a lot of time on the clock. I can't lose. So it's all very hunky-dory. Down to 257. Problem for Gata is there's no obvious counterplay, and it's just very unpleasant because his bishop is not very good on d6. My bishop on a1 is actually huge. We go queen e2, rook d1. If Gata plays this well, maybe he can still save it, but I'm kind of skeptical that. I mean, I feel like position's quite bad, time is bad, everything about this is kind of bad for Gata. Now at some point I probably play h4, but I don't think I do it yet. I'm gonna assume queen e2 is the correct move. Maybe queen c2 is slightly better with the queen on another diagonal possibly, but who cares? Who cares? Rook e1 looks like an obvious move. Just target the pawn. At some point there's probably h4 or g3. It's just I have to be careful when I do it, because I don't want to mistime the order of this. I mean, I am threatening to. I mean, I probably was already. Okay, wait. Am I threatening to take here or not? So if I play knight e5, knight e5, bishop e5, rook e7. It's okay. This is why actually it was better with the queen on c2, because there would have been some diagonal trick here, but there's no trick. I don't like g3. I mean, h3 is obviously just completely fine. Question whether I play h3 or not. I'll also go b4 to expand on the queen side. Bishop e5. Wait, is bishop maybe bishop e? No, bishop e5, knight e5, knight e5, rook e7. I have nothing. h4 I don't want to play. g3 I definitely don't want to play. b4 is kind of a move, but I think it's too much, so I'm just gonna play h3. I'm gonna keep it very slow here and just wait for Gata, see what his idea is. Again, because of the increment, I can't just play instant moves here. If there's no increment, I could probably just play a lot of quick moves, really press him on the clock and win on time. But with 10+2, I have to be careful that if we do get to some situation that's simplified, or like if he's low on time, that it's not too simplified is what I should say. So okay, now I do have queen c2 though, I think, and now e5 is a big problem. Oh, I could have taken. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I could have just taken and gone queen c2 in the other order. Although maybe it transposes anyway, because actually maybe I just take on e5 next move as is. But I could have done. I could have takes rook e7, then I have queen c2. But okay, I mean probably this is also good because I don't think he can guard the pawn anyway. He goes king g8, so I assume I take with a bishop. That has to be bishop e5. Let me make sure there's no knight e5, rook e7, knight c6, rook e4. No, even just knight f3. No, this is just great. Yeah, Gata's in a lot of trouble here. I should win this game. Up 5 minutes on the clock. no real pressure, so to speak of. Yeah, he's down to 1 minute. I mean, just not meant to be for Gata in this game. $45, $44. Trying to keep pressure on the clock here actually as well. Just try to keep the pressure going. Okay, plays rook f8. F3 is a move. I mean, rook d5 is a move. Queen g6 is also good, but really the only thing that I need to do here is control the open files. So I think I'm gonna play rook d1. I'm gonna try to keep the pressure on the clock here actually. Try to keep the pressure going. So queen e4. I mean, f3, I go g3, of course. I mean, probably eventually I just play b4 c5, create a pass pawn and win like that, but we'll see. Rook c7, not the craziest move. I can play rook d3. I guess his idea is, I actually don't know what his idea is. Maybe I'm just gonna play king h2 and keep it very quiet. Now, queen f7. Okay, now I'm gonna play rook d5, and now rook f5 is actually a big threat. C7. I mean, I can play rook f8. I think queen e6 is probably winning too, but you know what? Queen e7. Rook e5. Rook e5, queen e5. Almost got a ridiculous trick there, but all right. I mean, I everything wins, so let's just trade. Let's go here. Go here. I mean, I'm up 2 pawns, so if I can't win this, that's my own fault. Although Gata found queen a3, which is a good move. Queen c1, so he's trying to get in, so I'll just go here. Now queen d2, queen f1, rook d8 looks pretty clean. Yeah, I'm just gonna trade down here. Yep, and there we go. We got the winning game 1. Let me adjust my settings, you guys. I will adjust my settings now as well, so give me 1 second. All right, so yeah, so this is how we'll do it then for the games. So we'll wait for the next game to begin, round 2. We are on 1 out of 1 so far, so it's pretty good. Cannot complain. I don't really need to look at the standings yet, although I guess I can how do I go back to the tournament? Let's go back here. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So let me change the scene now, or actually no, it still looks kind of, it looks okay. It looks a little bit scuffed, but it is what it is. There's a 1 minute break after every round ends. So there's a 1 minute break. So yeah, yeah, so I'm gonna take a short break, go around the restroom. I'll come right back and we'll be starting round 2. I think it starts 1 minute. There's 1 minute in between every game. There are 25 games going, but I will be right back, you guys. Again, top 15 qualify, so if I get off to a good start, then draws are probably possible at some point. I don't actually know if they have any rules on draws. I assume they don't, but the f4, that's another position I don't actually like. Another very, that's a tough position. I don't want to play symmetrical, but yeah, I really don't want to play symmetrical, but I think I have to. I wanted to go d5, but g3 and e4 just looks a little bit, I don't know, unpleasant somehow. I can play g6, I guess, as well. Again, very kind of boring position. I don't really like it. He offers me a draw. What? I'm confused. I mean, I'm obviously not taking a draw. Question is, do I play c6 and d5 here? c6 e4 d4 knight e4 d5 knight c3 e5 knight g5. No, I mean I think thing is I have to find some way to break the symmetry here. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go c6. I'm gonna try to break the symmetry right away. We'll see what he does here. Okay, I did expect that. So I'll take. I mean, I'm gonna play d5, I guess, or knight f7 d5 also is kind of interesting too. Knight f7 d5 and then yeah, this is not a great position, I will say that. I'll just play knight f6 and d6 probably. Try to keep this somewhat balanced here if I can. I'll stay with the pawn, but I think I should take with the bishop probably. Yeah, because pawn takes is, yeah, I think I just take with the bishop, so I'll pre-move it. This is 9 rounds and 15 qualify, and there are 92 players. I'm just trying to think about this logically based on the RCC that I've played over the last couple of months. So 92 players are in this. I think it's 92. Maybe it's 100. I don't know. But if there are 92 players in the event, I'm trying to think of what the score is that I'm going to need. Now, actually, I thought that was a blunder at first because e5, but I guess it's not. Although I can do d5, which is very enterprising. The question is, do I take and play d6 or not? I think I'm going to take and play. I'm going to play d6 here and maybe bishop f5. I don't know if this is great, but I'm trying to think if there are 92 players, what is the score that I need to qualify? My assumption is that on the RCC, which was of course a lot less players and generally very tight, I think the score is like 6, generally made it 6.5. 6, although actually it's top 8, so it's not top 15. So I'm going to assume that if I get 6 points, probably 6 points out of 9, which is a very nice score, of course, it's probably enough to qualify for top 15. That's my assumption. I could be wrong on that, but that's going to be my target score, 6 out of 9. I can play bishop f6. I do like my position, I have to say. So let's go bishop f5. I don't know if I love my position, I guess I would say, but I think I like it. I think it's a good position. I'm up a lot of time again. Well, let's see what he does. We need to. I kind of expect. Very strange position. I mean, I feel like I'm better somehow, but I also don't really know how I'm supposed to play this either. Kind of strange. I think I'm gonna go knight e6 idea, knight d4. g4 I just take, so it's no good. I do have to be a little bit careful about g4, but see what he's gonna do. I don't actually know where my knight's going. That's the other problem, though. Is I mean, I guess my knight. I guess I have knight g5 and knight d4. But yeah, bishop e3. Exactly where am I going? So I guess what I'm gonna do is maybe castle kingside, maybe keep an eye on the pawn on b2. I should be. I don't want to say I'm better, but I shouldn't be worse, at least in this position, if I play this correctly. Whoa, he castles queenside. Now that I did not expect. Do I maybe have some tactical with knight f4? Oh, I did not expect that. Actually, I'm actually kind of shocked by that decision from my opponent. Wow, I did not expect that at all. Very interesting. Let's think about this. Play a5 a4, but that if I play a5 and I'm wrong on my calculation, I'm actually probably gonna get hammered. On the other hand, I can also castle kingside. I think I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna play a5 a4 a3. I'm just gonna attack here. I don't know if this is right, but it feels like something that I should do. So if it feels like something I should do, why not do it? And I mean, my king is already kind of castled theoretically. Like I could just go rook c8, like lift the rook this way. So we'll see. See what he's gonna do here. Here goes king b1, so I play a4 to go a3. Of course, he has to play a3, I assume. Now I can play rook a5 and rook b5. I do kind of wonder if that's I mean, I feel like I'm playing very enterprising chess. It's just a question of whether it's actually good or it's not good. No, I think I'm just gonna keep going for it. Let's play wild fancy chess. This is 960. Might as well have some fun with it at least. And I really don't know if rook a5 is a good move, but it looks creative. It looks complicated. I mean, you don't really know what's happening, so why not? I mean, there are all kinds of threats like rook b5, hit the pawn on b2. He's down on clock too, which is important to note. Like, he's down a lot of time here. Yeah, it's a tough position to play for white, but he plays knight d2, which also feels wrong, I might add. Got d5, knight e5, so I go queen g7, bishop c1, knight d4. Knight d4, queen f2, bishop g4, rook d2. I mean, even bishop b2 might be a move here, but again, it's like this is an important moment. So if I play bishop b2, knight c4, I can go bishop c3, knight a5, bishop a5. I mean, that's very unclear. c5, knight c4, queen g7, bishop c1, knight d4, f2, bishop g4, rook d2. Or maybe I'm just a moron. Maybe I should just play d5, right? But then he goes back to f3, I guess. Then I go queen g7, knight e5. I feel like there should be something here. There should be something. I think I'm going to play rook b5. This must be the first step in the right direction. I think knight c4 is pretty much only move. And then I think I'm gonna go knight c7, knight d5, knight c3, maybe. I mean, unless, but no, g4, yeah, if he goes there. Okay, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna play like knight d5. This is my idea. I also have bishop e6 to hit the knight as well. So we'll see what he does. I mean, I'm up time, but it's not overwhelming. I also want to dodge this g4 stuff that's nasty so that I have retreating squares. I feel like I should be better here, though. I really do. I kind of wonder if I should have played h5 first, though, to threaten bishop g4. Maybe. Who knows? Put him. Let's see what he's gonna do. Bishop c1 seems like the obvious move to me. But then knight d5. I mean, again, this is tricky for white to play too. He is very low on time, though. Again, very, very low. What he's gonna do? Actually, I should move the mouse off the board just to avoid some kind of horrible mouse slip. So far, so good, though. So far, I'm very happy with the positions I've gotten. Definitely can't complain about that. Okay, so he does play g4, which I kind of expect. I kind of did not expect it to. Now I have knight d5, takes g5, dc4, but then there's d4. Then I go g5 and I'm up a pawn. So knight d5 is definitely in play, but knight d5, bishop b2, bishop b2, knight d5, bishop b2, bishop b2, g5, bishop b7, king c1, queen f6, knight e5. Not clear. Bishop e6 seems like the right move, but I can find a better move. Like knight d5 also feels so right that it's hard not to play it. Knight d5, bishop d2, knight b6, g5, knight c4, d4, rook b2, king c1, rook a2, bishop b4. I mean, that's too much. I think knight d5 has to, or wait, no, sorry, knight d5 he can just take. What am I doing? Okay, knight d5, bishop d5. I mean, that is good though. I think it is correct. So I'm gonna play because I can just take. I mean, bishop d2 is the move that I think he has to play. I'm threatening something really nasty with knight c3. But after bishop d2, maybe I suspect I can do some kind of sack here. Like maybe bishop d2, I go bishop b2, knight b2, queen g7. I mean, it looks very bad. I guess I'll pre-move this because it is the safe pre-move here. Okay, so he goes bishop d2, which is what I expected. My assumption is I go bishop c8. I mean, again, bishop b2 probably is winning, but I don't see any reason here because of the time situation to get really cheeky. There's no reason to be over the top here. If I just keep it slow and steady, keep a slow, steady pressure here in this position, I should eventually win. So he goes king c1. Okay, now again, queen g7 looks very strong. Should be. Oh, do I have knight? Did I have knight b6? Oh wait, that was the line I looked at initially. Okay, knight b6 maybe. I think knight b6, rook b1. Shoot, this isn't actually easy. I thought there should have been a way to. Oh, maybe I have bishop h4, rook f1. g7, rook b1. Yeah, somehow I misplayed this. This is not easy. Yeah, I misplayed this. Okay, let's think for a second. G7, rook b1. Maybe g5, f5 there. Yeah, somehow I misplayed this.
Welcome, Raiders. Choose your fate. Watch the show or watch the show. Thank you.
Yeah, I misplayed this. Now I have to start all over from scratch to prove it. Maybe I have h4, g5, bishop g4 maybe. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play h5 because I have bishop g4. I'm gonna try to do something a little. Okay, he plays h3, which I don't think was. I think that's slightly wrong somehow. Because now maybe I can go. No, but still, it's still the same problem. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I've misplayed this. Gotta come up with some idea though. This is the other problem. I don't have an idea here. I can play bishop g7, I guess. Not happy with how I've played this though. Plays rook f1, which is what I expected him to do. I'm gonna go here, attack the pawn. There might be some tricks now, actually. I expected that too. Trying to blitz a little bit now. Oh, he's got queen e5 still. Shoot. Oh, I should have played knight b6. So stupid of me. Although, wait, I have knight b6 anyway. Wait a second. So if takes knight b6. Oh, he blundered, I think. So I can take and mate. Yeah, I win the game. There should be not. Yeah, there's nothing. He's knight f8. Now I go here and I collect the knight, and that's all she wrote. I get the win. I mean, I should have been winning more cleanly than that, but we get the win anyway. Yeah, I go check and check. Yeah. Good win. I don't know how my play was. Maybe I can actually I don't even know how I'm supposed to look at this with the engine, but we get the win, so we're on 2 out of 2. It's a good win. Let's see what's happening. 2 out of 2. So far so good. Yeah, so far so good. 2 out of 2. Oh, there should have been an easier way to win that game. I don't know if I missed a tactic somewhere or what happened, but should have been an easier way. Anyway, another win. 2 out of 2. So far so good. So it's all good. So I think the score that I need is I'm gonna say I think 6 qualifies. 6.5 I think comfortably qualifies. So I think 6 is the target score that I'm looking for here. Okay, we're playing against Igor. I am Igor Kowalski. What's some? Okay, let's see. I don't like this position. Actually, I don't even know what. I'm gonna play E4. I don't even know if E4 is right. I don't like this configuration. Now, one thing I remember when I played Magnus is normally when you play with Queen in the corner, there are always ideas like G4 and H4 somewhere. I do remember that quite clearly. Like when I played Magnus, like these H4 G4 ideas with the Queen on H1 are generally, I think, considered to be okay. Can't go D4 because there's Bishop G5. So he plays Knight B6. So I'm going to assume Knight B3 is the correct move. I can also play something else, but H4 is actually I actually do wonder if I should just play H4 and D4. I mean, H4 is starting to get really far off the deep end, but yeah, I really feel like H4 is the right move, but I'm just going to play traditional Knight B3. I could have gone Knight F3 maybe in D4 because I mean D5 runs into Bishop G4. This is the problem for black here. I mean, I guess theoretically you can play like Bishop G5 and just castle, but again, I have a little bit of center push here, so I'm gonna assume that I go back to F1 and just play Knight F3. Again, it feels like I should be better here. I don't know how much better, but I have some center. I have a bit of center here. Yeah, so he castles. Now the question is, do I play Knight F3? Do I play H4? Do I play Bishop G4? I mean, if I'm playing traditionally, Knight F3 just looks like the right move. But I can't really grip the center then either. Wonder if I made a mistake here in this opening already. Huh. I can also go A4, A5 maybe. I mean, A4 is very far off the ledge here. Huh. Or I can just play H4 and then like this normal development too. Well, I feel like I did something wrong, and I'm kind of confused as to how I did something wrong exactly. You know what? I'm gonna give it a whirl. This might be a bad move, but I'm gonna go for it. I mean, I have Knight F3. I mean, this might be wrong. This might legitimately be a bad move, but life is too short to worry about such things. Okay, so he takes now. I think my idea is to play Rook F5 and Rook A5. So here I'm go Rook A5 and hit both. And this, because if Rook A1 he did have D5. This is why Rook F5 is very important, because now I'm going for both, and he doesn't have time for G6 because takes. I'm still guarding the pawn. I'm gonna activate the rook, and I mean this is like proper 960 chess. Like this is very wild and very, very random, for sure. Like I'm gonna go Rook A5 and then Rook A7, and then who knows what's even going on there. Yeah, this is like proper 960. I feel like this is very, very proper 960-ish. Again, I don't even know if this is actually good objectively, but it's too creative to not go for it. I think that's my assessment of this.
196 just took $5 out of Bezos's pocket. Thanks.
Okay, so he goes bishop h6, which I'm actually kind of surprised by, because now I can also go g4 g5 maybe. G4 f6, maybe h4. But g5 he always has g6 in between. Maybe this is so hard to play though. And rook a5 is the obvious move. Yeah, okay, I guess I gotta go for it. Yeah, no, I guess I play rook a1. And then go, I mean, who even knows what's going on here? I mean, this is gonna be very wild. I also have rook a7, rook a1. Why not? I mean, I guess takes. Yeah, this is gonna be very wild. I have no idea what's happening in this game. Completely out of control. I mean, this could be losing for me. It could also be winning. Almost impossible to know what's happening. I mean, de4 takes e3 is kind of unclear, I guess. He plays knight b6, which is kind of what I expect. Now the thing is, do I take or not? I mean, I also have check in between. Like, there's so many options here. It's very hard to figure out what's right. But my gut says this has to be the correct move. I also have knight c5. Yeah, knight c5, and I'm threatening a mate actually in one. Might just be winning after takes knight c5, in fact. He goes king b8. Okay, if I can somehow get my knight, if I can just get the pieces to the correct squares, I'm just gonna win this game. All I need to do is get my pieces in. If I can just get queen b5, trying to find the win here. Bishop f2 is also okay. This has to be winning. Oh, maybe I have knight a5. Oh, knight a5 and knight c6 is just mate in one. So knight a5. This has to be winning for me somehow. No matter what the win is. Yeah, I think knight a5 must be correct though. This takes, it's just checkmate. It's just checkmate in one. It's a double checkmate. It's hard to believe that this isn't just winning for me somehow. I think this is winning for me. Okay, so he takes. I expected that. Take. The question is, do I play knight e2 or not? I think I should. I mean, I also have bishop e2, bishop a6. Like, there's so many options here. That's what makes this very tricky. Bishop e2, bishop a. Oh, maybe I even have bishop g3 here to threaten mate. Bishop g3, bishop d2, king b1. Like, everything's possible here. I can also even go h4 and queen h3. Like, just too many options. But my gut says knight e2 feels right, but also feels very wrong too. I think I'm going to play it anyway. Knight e2. Try to develop the knight maybe. I also have queen f1 somewhere in here. Queen f1 and go for the mate. Queen g1, go for the mate. Like, it's a matter of how I get this queen in, because my rooks are great. My knight's great. Everything is great here. He has no development on the king side. He's got all these pieces lined up. Plays g6, which is a very human move. Okay, so I kind of expect that, but wait. Now I think after queen f1 I must be winning somehow. Or do I go queen g1? Like, this feels so winning. Maybe I play h4. I mean, knight c3 is the other obvious, very obvious move here. I'm gonna go here. On e3, maybe I just go. Maybe I have bishop g3. Maybe. Still not clear how I'm winning, but I assume this must be winning. I mean, unless I just suddenly don't understand chess at all, which is always entirely possible too. That's why I thought f5 was better, because bishop g3 is f4. Now he doesn't have an f4 in between, So like e3 bishop g3, there's no f4. That's why I thought f5 was moving. I actually wonder if I'm even wonder what the objective evaluation is if I do that there. I just realized maybe here he also maybe had rook d5 to threaten rook a5, but anyway, it's what it is. This feels winning though. I mean, it's hard to believe this isn't winning for me. Really hard to believe. He's using a lot of time here as well. I think I'm gonna get a win. I think I'm winning here, but again, it's very sharp. Yeah, he plays e3. I expect that. I assume I go bishop g3. Target the pawn. Knight d5. That is not the. I expect him to play rook d7. Not knight. Do I have c4? Wait, what's going on? If I go c4, I think c4 is winning, but I have to be very careful that I don't blunder this. Yeah, I think c4 is just GG. Because takes, I go king b1. I'm threatening to take the knight. I'm threatening to get mated in 1. Unless there's something very obvious that I'm missing. I think this is game over. I think this is GG. I mean, maybe there's something that I'm just missing, but right off, I don't see it. So takes king b1. I don't see anything. I think I'm winning here. Yeah, I think this is over. He's got not enough development. If he had this pawn on f5 and could go f4, he'd be fine. But I really think that this g6 move is probably wrong. I know rook d5 or f5, but probably there was something better than this. Now, I mean, I think it's just all gone. Unless there's some miracle that I'm just missing. But he can't really take because then he opens up all these squares on the diagonal. If he can't take, I'm just taking, and he's losing the pawn on c7 too. So this should just be winning. This should just be winning. I don't see anything here for black. Okay, so he takes, so I go here, of course. King c2 maybe is also okay, but why do I want to bother when I get this open diagonal that just ends the game? There's just nothing you can do because now with the diagonal open is over. Bishop e3, I think I can take, and there's got to be, I don't know where the checkmate is, but there must be a checkmate somewhere in there. Bishop e3, cd5, bishop g1 takes, king b8, even knight c6, even this is probably winning. Takes, king b8, knight 6 takes, and rook b7 and rook a8. Even that's just winning, I think. He does it. Okay, now this is where I use my time. I mean, there's probably some computerish checkmate too in here. Queen e3. I mean, I want to win in style, but I also, I mean, I have to be careful because like this is a serious event, and if I do something wrong, I will not be very happy. If I take on f7, he has to go back. I check. I can also windmill him where I take everything, take h8. Gotta be a mate in there though. Let me think. Rook c3, king a7, knight c6, king b6, rook b3 check, king c5, rook a5, king c4, rook b4, king d3, rook a3 checkmate. I think that's a checkmate. Okay, so if I go rook c3, king a7, knight c6, king b6, rook b3, king c5, rook a5, king c4, rook b4, king d3, rook a3, and a checkmate on c3. Yes. King a7, knight c6, king b7, check. Yeah. So check. He has no block. There's no block on the diagonal here. Yeah, this knight c6, king b6, rook b3, king c5, rook a5, king c4. Yep. I go check. Check, king c4, rook b. Yeah, this should just be checkmate. Oh, but Lichess you can. Oh, I can't do the fancy 7 move. So on Lichess you can only do it move by move. Right, and now I think it's rook b4 and rook a3. Yeah, and he has to block, and that's checkmate in 1. Yep, there we go. We got the win. 3 out of 3, you guys. That is going to be great on the video. That's going to look really good on the videotape when you guys see it on YouTube. But all right, you get the win. 3 out of 3, 34 games ongoing. So I'm going to stretch my legs and we'll just keep on going. Be right back, you guys. There we go. Okay, looks good in OBS. All right, so we're playing Michalevski in round number 4. It doesn't look too insane of a starting position. This one, there's going to be more. I feel like with this one, there's probably more potential for imbalances. Unlike the other ones,
This feels more imbalanced. I don't think you have to play symmetrical here. Like for example, he plays d4. I think I can even go b5. Now again, I remember when Magnus and I played our match in Norway, when the queen and the rook are on the edge, I think these pawn pushes are generally, I remember on the weak engines at the time, they really like the pawn pushes on the edge. I do remember that, like when you got the rook and the queen in this setup, specifically the queen and rook right here, it really like pushes on the edge. So I'm going to play b5 and a5. Now I don't know if this is correct, but I remember when I played Magnus, because we had like 10 minutes before the games to look, the computers really like these pushes on the edge. So I guess I'll play d6 and bishop d7. Maybe. Oh, he's no, I have knight h6 luck. I didn't even see knight g5. Ay, that could have been really bad. I'm lucky I've got knight h6 and f6, but that was kind of scary for a second. Okay, so he plays g3, which I don't actually like. You know, I'll go e5, bishop b7, of course. Not sure if I'm playing this correctly. This feels a little bit too loosey-goosey by me somehow. He plays d3, which I think is very passive, and I'm not a fan of it at all. Okay, so now I have to figure out how am I developing. I guess I'll play, I mean, f5 is a move here for sure. Actually, he can't, I think go, no, knight g5 I just take. f5 e4 is kind of a little bit scary. So f5 e4 h6 maybe. f5, I mean, yeah, who cares? Let's go for it. This might be wrong, but who cares? Okay, c4 is logical. Now I can obviously take here if I want to. I do have to be careful, but takes bishop c6 with bishop a4. Actually, that seems kind of pesky. I can also just play, I mean, I can also just play a6. I can even play like maybe some gambits, like maybe I go here and e4. Also very interesting, very enterprising. I think a6 is probably just a safe way to play this. It feels safer than anything else. Doesn't seem right. Okay, so I think I'm gonna play, I have to develop. The problem is knight on, these pieces are a little bit sketchy. I mean, I can play all in with g5, but that seems like really bold. How do I do this? Actually, I don't really like my position that much. I think knight f6 has to be the correct first move. This has to be the correct move. Maybe I go knight e7, knight g6, bishop e7. That's another way to develop. I can also go g6, bishop g7, maybe. Okay, castles, I expected that. I feel like knight e7 probably is correct. Yeah, I think probably I just go here and I try to develop like this and castle. Bad move by me. Very, very bad move. I'm actually in legit trouble now. That's very careless. Being a little bit too loosey-goosey here in this opening. Just a little bit too little bit too like too reactive. Yeah, I mean c5 was such an obvious move there. I was going to try to play this setup. Yeah, this could be very bad. I actually have to find something here. I can, although I can castle queenside. In a worst case scenario, I can always castle queenside. I should remember that. e1, king e8, knight e3. I mean, this looks okay. Fine. I think I have to go for this, and hopefully I'm not going to lose this game right away. But this could be bad. I'm probably going to get checked. Now I'm going to have a king in the center of the board, and this is going to be very dicey, put it mildly. I mean, I have bishop e4. This is the key. Very careless by me in this opening. Why did I play a6? I think here I should have just gone knight f6, knight g4. I should have just been really fast to the punch, but a6 was bad, and I mean, I just forgot about d4. I would have played c5. So he takes, so I mean, I have to take. He's going to check. I go king e8. And then we'll see. But this could get bad very quickly for me. Yeah, he checks. I go king e8. I mean, I have bishop e4. He still can't really take this pawn. That's the one plus. Because he can't really take it. I mean, that is a big plus for me, I guess.
Trying to think about this line, how this works exactly. I'm definitely in trouble here though. That much is clear. Question is, how much trouble am I in? Am I in like, is this salvageable or not? Is it like, that's the real question. How bad is this? My instinct is that this is really bad though. That's my instinct. Problem is I can't castle. If I could castle here, I'd be completely fine. Maybe not completely fine, but I'd be kind of fine here. He plays 91, which seems really strange to me. I gotta be honest. 91 seems very very passive somehow. I mean, I get he wants 95, but it doesn't look right. Like, it really just doesn't look right. Can't I just go bishop e4 here? He's 93. Okay, 93. I'm very close to maybe being okay though. That looks so wrong. Before 93, there's still no threat to capture. Take 6 takes, queen b1. I mean, I think this should be okay actually. Oh, I just blundered 90. Oh, great. I just blundered 95. Ugh. Shoot, I'm just not paying attention. That's so careless of me. Bishop d6 was the move, of course. Yeah, bishop d6 was obviously the move. Funny thing is, actually, though, even though this is not great for me, I think it puts the other knight on d3, which I don't like. Oh, but I can't castle. That's the problem. If I could castle, I'd be completely fine here. But I can't. That's actually the biggest problem in my position. If I could just castle, I would be fine, but I can't. Maybe fine's being a little bit too generous, but now, okay, I mean, now I have to find some way to attack, which I assume I do with h5. Now let's play h5, h4, just all in attack here. I'm gonna go all in. Again, probably I'm busted here, but it's the best thing that I have. And he's also still kind of a little bit passive. Like, it's a weird position because he is a little bit passive. Pieces aren't really perfectly placed for white. He's up a pawn, but like if I can get king f7 and rook e8, I think I'm just fine. Okay, goes c5. I might drop back, of course. Knight e5, interesting. Now if I take and I play like, this doesn't look right actually. This really doesn't look right by Michalevski here. Take. King f7 maybe. King f7. I also have queen c6 as a move. Now let's go here, just take the pawn. I could have played h4 too, maybe. Hard to judge. He saw it. Wow. Okay. Wow, he spotted that. That's unbelievable. Only I could castle here. So annoying. Maybe I still have h4. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, so if I take, he takes, and he has knight d3, and he's just up 2 pawns. What about h4 maybe? I'm really trying to spice this up if I can. I can take, and there is counterplay here. Like, I have rook h5. There definitely is some counterplay. I just don't know if it's enough counterplay. Maybe I should have gone king f7, but the knight f3 was just bad, I think. Hoping he wouldn't find queen f5. Like, because the thing is, when he did this, I thought if I go king f7, he has knight f3 and then knight g5, and that's really ugly. So, but I hoping he wouldn't take f5, but he did. So, what it is, I guess. It is what it is, as the saying goes. But h3 is a serious idea here. Like, h3, I mean, there is some chaos in the position, so I have chances maybe to swindle him because of the chaos. Doesn't mean I will, but I have chances. Wow, he plays b4, which I'm actually kind of shocked by. I did not expect that move. I can play a5. I don't want to take the queen. H3 just doesn't look right. H3, H3, rook H5 maybe. Takes. How do I do this exactly? I mean, maybe. Yeah, I guess I take. I mean, FG3 I guess is the move, but even that looks a little bit strange to me. Does take with F pawn though. Oh, frustrating. Yeah, this is not going the way I wanted it to go, that's for sure. Take. So he takes. Now what was my move? Oh, my move was 94 here. I was wondering what my move was. It's like, wait a second, what am I doing? Yeah, so I go here, I threaten this, I threaten some kind of tactics. I knew there was some move I had planned. I just couldn't remember what it was for the life of me. Okay, so again, I'm obviously losing here if he plays this correctly. He goes rook f1. I think I go. See, if only I could castle here. It's so annoying. I can't castle. That's the problem. Everything in this position would be fine if I could just castle. Like, I go here and castle and there are chances, but I can't castle. So annoying. Although, wait, bishop f6 and knight d. Wait a second. Rook f8 maybe? Rook f8, queen f5, g6. Go here. I guess I have to try to win on time too, though. I gotta move fast. The other part of this. Like, if I can move fast, I have chances. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see queen e5. I just played a terrible game. He played well. Credit. He played well though. Credit goes where credit is due. He played a good game. Although, wait, actually, wait. I have. Oh, maybe I'm not actually. Wait, no, I'm not completely busted. I have rook e8 and king c8 and the queen. Not completely busted. I thought it was a game over, but apparently it's not. Because at first I only saw this, but I'm like hanging by the thinnest of threads here. If I can just hang on for another 2 minutes, I think I'm actually gonna win the game. But hanging on is. Okay, so I go here. Yeah, that's a good move. Go here, maybe try to break it. Of course he plays knight f4, perfect move. Let's go here, maybe g4. I'm trying. Oh wait, that gives me 92 maybe. Wait, whatever, let's go. I mean, I still have tricks to the pawn structure. There's rook e5. I mean, unfortunately I have to trade, but I mean, I have a4, knight d2, knight. I mean, I have tricks. I have knight d2, knight c4. I'm still losing, of course, but there are tricks because of the pawn structure. Just have to keep it going. I just have to keep it going for another 2 minutes. Bishop f4. I can trade if I want to, but of course I'm not going to. I could have knight d2, knight b4, knight b1. I mean, that's probably not working. Go here, knight c4. Okay, that I expected, so let's go. Wait, no, I have to be careful how I. Okay, let's go here. Three. 1 second. Again, there is increment, so I shouldn't be blitzing so much. This is tricky because, okay, so he takes. But now don't I have bishop c7? Oh, I also have knight c4. Wait a second. Knight c4. c3, b6, b7, c1. Okay, wait. There's increment though. That's what I need to remember. There is increment here, so I don't have to blitz every move. It takes 6 knight c4. That's a draw probably. I also have bishop g7. I think this is the correct move. Now the question is, do I take or not? Also a big question. Or do I play knight c4? But I'm gonna presume this is correct.
Hills03 just subscribed.
I mean, if I get one pawn, I have some chance, maybe. Still very tough, but I mean, at least I have a chance. That's all I can ask for, considering how busted I was earlier. I have knight b6, knight d7. I go here. Pawn is very fast. This a pawn is extremely fast here. These pawns are somewhat I mean, e pawn is not irrelevant. G pawn takes too long. Let's see. This a pawn is my pawn for glory. Assume I have to go this way. I don't know if this is the only move, but I want to put the pressure on him on the clock here, really. Knight a3. I have knight c8 here. Now I have a2, bishop. I think about how I play this exactly. I do have a2 here, and then bishop h6 maybe. I mean, this is extremely tricky. I mean, the question is, how hard am I trying to win? Because bishop e5 is 100% a draw. Ooh, bishop b2, bishop h6, e6, knight c8. I'm gonna go for it. This might be wrong, but I'm gonna go for it. Bishop f8 is also a move here, but bishop h6 looks right. e6, I go knight c8 and I cover all the pawns. Before, okay, let's go here, I guess. I mean, I have knight d6, knight c4 also, like c4. Ah, shoot, did I blunder this? Ah, no, I have knight e4 and bishop c3 also. Wait, this is very tricky. I can't lose, I don't think, anymore, but g6, logical. I mean, I think I'm gonna win this. Oh, he's got knight c5, which of course I missed too. 93 is a draw, but I have a trick here. 95 takes 6 G5, just losing. Yeah, I have to make the draw here. Oh, he doesn't want to draw. Wow, I did not expect that. Wait a second. This somehow I should be something here. How am I missing this? Yeah, I have to make the draw here. Is this actually a draw still? Jeez. Wow, it's still a draw. I mean, I was completely lost, so I actually can't be that mad about this. Yeah, there's no way to win this. Before I guess yeah, there's no way to win this. He defended well, but mind you, considering how lost I was, like, I have no right to be upset with this. Wait. He just blunders it. Oh my gosh, he just blundered. Oh, wow. Oh, what a swindle. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man. What a swindle. We got the win. Jeez, that was tough. Oh, man, what a swindle. 4 out of 4. 94, B3, King A3, B2, 92. That was the draw. He didn't see it. Wow, that's crazy. All right, we're on 4 out of 4. Riding the wave, you guys. 4 out of 4. Next round in 30 seconds. I'm gonna run the rush real fast.